The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday night show. Happy birthday, Miss Heidi. I want everybody to wish Miss Heidi a happy birthday. She's 29 years old today. Yes, Heidi is 29. Hello, Kara, Michelle, the Trinity, Kevin, Michelle, Cindy, Kevin especially. And Kevin says, my thoughts are, I believe there's a hierarchy of ranks. You have the order, I like to call it, whereas those angelic God-like higher ups assign guides to change a person. Thank you very much. Don't forget, you got to wish Heidi a happy birthday. Yes. You are my dearest, bestest friend. Yes, she is 29 years old. And she's never leaving that age. Well, again, welcome to the Sunday night edition of Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly. I want to thank you, PRN Talk Radio, 105.3 New Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans, for allowing me to give you two shows a week, Sunday nights from 8:10 to 10:10 p.m. Eastern, and Tuesday nights 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy that I am on UPRN Talk Radio. It changed my life. It changed my attitude toward life. It taught me to open up. Only on my shows, you know. But other times, nah. I'm not that quite yet. But what I want to say today is that I had an experience that I haven't had an experience in a long time. Okay? There was a person that I really, truly, truly like. And, and come to find out she was married, And I've known her for about 3-4 months now. And man, we was pretty good, man. She was like, close to the same wavelength. I thought she was like one of them down to earth, forest witches or whatever. And then today she sprung it on me that she was married. And I'm thinking to myself, let me dwell in my pity. You know, what was I hurt? I guess you could say I was hurt if I'm being honest with you. But what happened was, I got over it. And instead of looking at, hey, cute cherry bear, good to see you, instead of, you know, dwelling on it and like going into a deep depression and just feeling crappy all day long, okay, I just look at the good times that we did talk. And they were great times, pleasant times. And she's a good person, a very good person. And we're going to continue this friendship, but I'm proud of myself today that I didn't have to go through the old shine. And I don't know, it was a big step toward my growth. Yes, my growth. And don't forget, Heidi's birthday's today, 29 years old. Yep. So everybody wish Heidi a happy birthday. Um, but it felt good. It just felt good to know that I've grown up. Can you believe that? I'm 64 years old and I'm growing up. Thank you, Heidi. Love her, girly boo. Well, welcome. And I don't know. I just grew up, and it's great. G, I can't pronounce that. It's a long name with a bunch of numbers. Everybody say hello to G. I'm going to call you G. You're still hanging out. Um, and my friend Stephanie, if you're out there listening, that's good that you grew up. It sure is, buddy. It sure is, G. But I'll tell you what, my friend Stephanie, who I saw today too at work, if you're listening and watching, um, welcome to the show. Stephanie's good people, and I don't know, it just turned out to be a great day today. And it's what's even better. It's Heidi's birthday, so we have to wish Heidi a happy birthday. That's even better than anything in the world, I'm thinking. And I don't know. So today, okay, well, last night I was saying, now what in the hell can I do? What can I do for a show? Thank you, G. I appreciate it. G, I hope you had a good day today, too. Now, so last night I was thinking, what the hell should I talk about tonight? I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing in store. Um, and out of my mind, like it's happened before I fell asleep last night. I for some reason I thought of the goddess Bridget. Everybody knows who Bridget is, and in Greek mythology or pagan myths and whatever. And right after I thought about her, because she was a big part at my investigating, especially when I would go out. Cool. I should, G. I should. But I'll get to that. And and then right after I got done thinking of her, and all of a sudden my guardian angel popped in. Just like that. The name was Uriel. That's my guardian angel. That's my archangel. You can go by Uriel or else you can go by Ariel. And Uriel's been with me since day one, since investigating the paranormal. And I thought about it after he left, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute. Is it possible? Is that possible that goddesses could be angels? And can angels actually be goddesses or gods? What's everybody think out there? They do the same type of work. It kind of threw me. It didn't throw me for a looper, you know. And it wasn't mind boggling at all. It's like I had no problem at all. But I thought I would bring it up as a topic tonight, you know. And as I go through my, Kevin thinks there are ranks. I agree with you on that, Kev. I do. I do. But can you throw the ranks out there with goddesses? I guess you want to say intermingling with angels, um, or angels, mingling with, hey, Joni, and mingling with the goddesses. Is there a ranking order there? Heidi says, I think yes, and the people's perception, their belief factors in. And I totally agree with that, Heidi. I totally agree with that. And I'm not here knocking anybody because you know who I am, what I'm all about. I do not judge. I do not judge anybody on what they believe in and how they go by with their beliefs. I just thought I would just bring this topic up and talk about it, because, well, let me read on. Of course, I use my phone. Oh, that's cute. Johnny says, much love from Illinois. And G says, if you do lives, I will always go on your lives for now on. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, G. But, so I go to the phone for my AI stuff. So I had to bring it in. It helps me out a little bit. And I asked, could goddesses be angels and angels be goddesses? And what I got for an answer is yes. Uh, I am not sure who's the higher goddess or a guide or an angel, or can they be all three? My guides are gods and goddesses. Well, I think the highest goddess is Hecate, if I'm not mistaken. You know, um, I found out mine is Odin last Sunday. I don't know. There's not the body. It could be gods, goddesses, but I'm like, I'm sorry if I'm hacking your brain here tonight, Kevin. Sorry about that. But it just, I asked AI, I said, could goddesses be angels and angels be goddesses? And it says yes, depending on the cultural and theological context, the lines between these being blurred. While traditional monotheism distinguishes between them, mythological traditions frequently merge angels and goddesses by treating ancient deities as angelic beings or celestial messages. And when I read that at the beginning, I'm thinking, wow. Because when I started in the metaphysical world, I learned about angels and demons, and a couple of years later, I had a person who was put into my life to teach me about the goddesses. You know, and I really did not put two and two together on that. You know, until last night. And this started back in 19, what was it? Paul was born 1991, you know. But I believe by just reading that, okay. Oh, there's a lot to read here tonight, guys. I believe that goddesses are for different aspects of the earth through some are part love, some are for the animals, some are for the Greek mythology. Thank you, Johnny. Goddesses come from Greek mythology. But Greek mythology was pretty big back then too, Johnny. You know, I mean, if and here's it just this thought just popped into my brain. Okay, now look what the Christianity did. They took a lot of beliefs from the pagans, Christmas, Halloween, okay, and they intermingled that, with the Catholic teachings or holidays. If I'm wrong, please tell me. Anybody, just tell me. So, would it be a would it be blasphemy? Okay, if some priest comes out of nowhere and says, "Yes, the goddess Bridget, who of course is ours, could be a healer," and from what I understand, she was. But I know there were angels that were healers too. Oh, Joni says Greek mythology is one of my favorite subjects. Thank you. Kevin says, I have Amber, male god of the sun, Selene, goddess of the moon, Aurora, also known as the goddess, Arami, god of fire. These four came to me first. They are they are what? Nobody, no Nabi, others. Oh, there are many. Okay, others now, but still my four main guides. And that is so cool, Kevin. And that's great. That's good. And Aurora. There you go. That's the name. Yep. That. You know, it's easy. You can relax when you're typing, buddy. Okay, it's all right. But they healed. But I like what Heidi said earlier, and don't forget it's Heidi's birthday. All right, she's 29. Go wish her a happy birthday. And I just lost my thought, but that's okay. I'm human. I'm allowed to lose my thought. But but for me, I do believe that the goddesses and the angels could be as one. Now everyone's probably thinking in their heads out there, oh, it's only Greek mythology. You'll be surprised about Greek mythology. Okay. Kevin's typing on his phone like a regular keyboard. Hello. Okay, buddy. But if you look at Greek mythology, I was taught. Kara says I was named after the character Kara in the movie Xanadu, who was the goddess of music and arts. Sweet. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. But thank you for sharing that. So again, I lost my thought. But that's okay. I'm human. So angels as goddesses. Oh, that's right. We're talking about mythology. So I found out in Greek mythology. Now, Joni, tell me if I'm wrong when I say this, but Pan, the half human, half goat dude, you know, I believe he was in Greek mythology. He was in the Greek mythology. Well, there's a saying, there's a thing how Pan became half goat and half human. Okay. What Christianity did was they took the body of a goat and they painted or they drew the face of a human being. I hope I'm getting this right. But the only thing they did was they put horns on the head. And that's how, or no, something like, I forget how it went. But Pan was made up and people believed it. And it was made up by, Christianity. So why not back then when all this shit was going down that, Christianity had a lot to deal with this. And if you look at Christianity, they believed in the angels. But why would they want to throw Greek mythology into stuff like that? To confuse the Druids. Okay. Now that's for another show. Okay. I'm going to hopefully get somebody to come on the show that is really big into Greek mythology. I would love to do that, you know. And I don't know. It kind of impresses me, but last night it just baffled my mind. So this morning, before I went to work, I put the show up. Hey, Buck Brown, good to see you, my man. Good to see you, Buck. Thank you for popping in, buddy. And so this morning I said, our goddesses actually angels or other deities. So that's how I got today's show. But in Greek mythology, the Greek word angelos means messenger. Figures like Iris, the messenger goddess of the rainbow, and Hermes function essentially as angels, while goddesses like Nike, Victory, are depicted with wings and act as divine agents. Nah, we're not, no theology there, Lufon. No. It's based on my thing for the show tonight. Are goddesses actually angels or deities? And you just read it here in Greek mythology. Mikey had wings and act as a divine agents. What are angels? Divine agents. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, brother. The Nephilim debate. Okay. Some historical and theological interpretations, such as in the Book of Enoch, argue that pagan goddesses and gods were actually fallen angels. Now, this is according to the Book of Enoch. Were actually fallen angels who took on mortal worship or the hybrid children, the Nephilim, of angels and humans. What do you guys think of that? That's all like brand new, you know. No, that's of course it's a powerful movie. You know what? I haven't seen it yet, but I'm really looking forward to it because I really had no time. Hold on a second. Let me see what I missed. Okay, goddesses as angels. Conversely, many ancient goddesses were demoted to or reimagined as angels by later religions. Huh, that's interesting. Judeo Christians and syncretisms or synchronies. When monotheism took root, polytheistic deities are often incorporated into the heavenly hosts. For example, some Hellenistic traditions link deities like Hecate, directly to the rule of an angel or mother of angels, operating as an intermediary between the divine and the material worlds. This is in Judeo Christian. And they're saying right here, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, understanding what I'm reading here, you know. I'll read it again. Hecate, directly to the rule of an angel or mother of angels, operating as an intermediary between the divine and material worlds. Now, okay, so it comes back to the number one rule, number one person. Whoever you believe, God when he created Earth. Cindy says the book of Enoch is very interesting and one to read often. Ayufan says, well, the sons of Cain are widely considered the cause for the flood. A huge part of it was to wipe out the hybrids of the fallen angels and human, aka the Nephilim. Thank you there, buddy. But yeah, I mean, it's just insane. So did you know how God created the earth in 7 days? Well, during those days, did he actually, make goddesses or gods? Think about it. Something to wrap your mind around. If you go back, and this is my theory when it comes to finding out about things, how how a story starts, and it's just you start at my name is Sean, and by the time it gets to another person, my name is Lucille. You know. Now we hear stories from our families. They heard stories from their family, and it goes on all the way back. Who's not to say, okay, could goddesses been real? Could they have been real? It's very possible. But for some reason, they weren't really brought out. Um, they weren't really brought out, only brought into stories from people a long, long time ago. And like I said before, okay, I don't judge what people believe in. Okay, I don't. I respect what people believe in. I just want you to know that basically what it comes down to, part of the show too, is what I basically want is that everybody can just be together and be happy and accept people for who they are and what they believe. Heidi says, I believe so, especially after going down many rabbit holes I've traveled. I've done a lot. Mark Eddy, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, the game of telephone. Thank you, Johnny. But that game of telephone brings back because who knows? Think about it. Okay, there are stories in the book that needs to be rewritten, and I believe they have to be rewritten again. It really, really seriously got me thinking about this. Um, I'm speaking on the Book of Enoch, by the way. It's the Judeo-Christian sects that had the Book of Enoch to be removed from the collected works that's known as the Bible. The Book of Enoch was part of. Oh, I know that. There was a lot of. Hey, Beck-Girl. I mean, the Book of Thomas, he was let go of the Bible, but out of the Bible. But I don't want to get into that. Not tonight. It's Sunday night. We don't do that stuff. But I'm just like mind-boggling that is it possible that they were made and that goddesses and gods were real people at the time? like Heidi said, many, many, many rabbit holes. Just gives you headaches. That's why I'm bringing it out on the show. So maybe we can all work together, you know. But like I said before, all I want is for the whole reason behind the show too is I want everybody to respect what they believe in. How different entities, how deities, how goddesses, whatever you believe in, helps you on your path to getting better. But as you're walking your path to get better, I want people to respect what you want to believe, okay, and who you believe and how you're doing it. Joni says, but I think the indigenous people keep their lore true. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they probably do. Now, here's the pagan conceptions to that, and after I read this and talk about it, we'll go into a couple-minute break. Okay, so the pagan conceptions to ancient philosophers and mystics. There was little functional between the gods of antiquity and the angels of latter text. They were simply powerful divine spirits interacting with humanity. And that's the pagan conception. Okay. Now, here's my question to you. Did angels not do the same thing? Yes, it is a goal, but it's definitely difficult, and it is, buddy. But you know what? Is it possible? Because what the pagan conception was to ancient philosophers and mystics, there was little functional differences between the gods of antiquity and the angels of later texts. They were simply powerful, divine spirits interacting with humanity. So maybe I'm reading that wrong. Cindy says, yes, exactly, Sean. I love how you respect all beliefs. Thank you. I always did, always will. I will never, ever disrespect anybody's belief. So even in the pagan conceptions, they're saying the same thing. They were simply powerful divine spirits interacting with humanity, goddesses and angels. Here we go. Got a little bit more. Let's see. Is it possible within the bubble being widespread about it kind of becomes self-defeating since self-help can become a religion in itself? You can always control what you say, but not how other people process it. True, exactly. Human condition is wild, it's beautiful, and stupid and amazing. So true. But specific mythologies like Greek, Egyptian, or Sumerian and their specific flying messenger deities, which are some, oh God, who were they? I don't know. I already did a show about them, but I forgot. It's just something that, like I found that it would be interesting tonight, you know. So we're going to leave on that. Okay, we're going to do a 2-minute break. We're going to come back and move on to something else. But when I come back, okay, remember how I had everyone pick an animal? I would like to pick an animal from 5 people again, okay? And then we'll do another reading through it. Oh, I'm sorry about your flowers. Tell them I said hello, Heidi. All right, I will see you guys back in a couple of minutes. Hey, William, good to see you, man. Good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a long time, buddy. I hope you're treating the old man pretty good. He better be treating you good. That's all I can say. All right. I'll see everybody back in a couple minutes.
welcome everyone to Ethereal Encounters Unveiled. Today we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. 10 tonight with me, your host, Sean Kelly. It's my Sunday night show, which is a 2-hour show, 8:10 to 10:10 p.m. That would be Eastern Standard Time. I also got a show on Tuesday nights from 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. Thank you, Heidi. So I see we got a couple. Okay, so Kevin got the mountain lion. Mountain lion for Kevin. And we have the hawk for Kira. Okay, I just need 3 more. Okay, Heidi got the raccoon. Okay, just need a couple more and then we're good to go. So I want to thank again UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans, for allowing me to give you 2 shows a week. Sunday night, 8:10 to 10:10 p.m. And from Tuesday night, 8:10 to 9:10 Eastern. Lillian, that's cold by baking bread for the old man. Yeah, I'm telling you. You know, oh, that girl got the raven. Okay. Yeah, Lillian, you know what? Give him a hug for me, brother and sister. Hey, give a hug to my brother. I'd appreciate that, girl, pretty much. But it's good to see you pop into the chat room. So comparing a goddess to an angel is like comparing a fierce, unpredictable ocean to the calm, guiding lighthouse. It depends entirely on whether you are looking for warrior strength, untamed nature, or pure nurturing light. Oh, and Cindy got the coyote. Okay. All right, I got those written down. And here are 3, they got 3 compelling pairings based on different things, okay? The strategy and justice march, okay? The goddess Athena. She's a Greek goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare. And they compare her to Archangel Michael. See that? The comparisons both represent intellect, moral clarity, and the ability to command in times of conflict. While Athena offers rational wisdom and tactical planning, Michael is the spiritual general and cosmic defender. You would compare them if you value strength, guided by a righteous mind. Interesting. So actually, you could probably put those 2 together. Well, it says here, yeah, because both of them, you know, and this sounds weird, but I'm going to say it anyway. You know, Athena, man, smart, but Michael, he got the brawn. You know, he goes in. but they protect people and they're not afraid for a fight. So wouldn't that be crazy? If you got Athena and you got Archangel Michael right there side by side, going at it and defeating the evil deities out there. Or if you call upon Michael, if you call upon Athena, that they help you with your problems, with your demons that you are going through. And AI don't lie, I don't think. But this is a great comparison here. Two strong, powerful entities. And I really believe, okay, the more I talk about this tonight, the more I believe, everybody, that when God made the earth in 7 days, when he created, I have no doubt in my mind that he probably created goddesses and gods. I believe that now. It's just people back way, way, way back in when they were doing their storytelling. Okay. Kara's seen a lot of vultures. I wonder if there are a lot of dead animals out around your area, Kara. But I believe that. Now, it might sound ridiculous. And I won't go down that rabbit hole about it. And the reason why I won't go down a rabbit hole is because I don't have enough time to go down that rabbit hole. But I believe what I feel. I believe what I see. And I'm not saying this to be egotistical or nothing like that, but I always trust my gut when something comes up. Kara says, Sean, probably to drive in the country to and from work. Oh, yeah, more than likely. Oh, hell, my lights just flickered. There we go. They're back. Now, the nurturing light match. Okay. The goddess Hestia, the Greek goddess of heart, hearth, and home. And the angel that they compared this Hestia with is Archangel Raphael, or your concept of a guardian angel. The comparison, both provide warmth, safety, and emotional healing. Hestia keeps the eternal flame of the home burning, while Raphael is recognized for deep physical and spiritual healing. You would compare them if you seek comfort, peace, and quiet protection. I like how this is going. I like how this is going. I hope I'm not making people mad out there, especially the Wiccans and the pagans or the Druids out there. Mad because it's something that I guess we need to look at. I think we need to look at it and see what the hell's really going on. This is the 21st century. People, want to learn more. I want to learn more. But I won't go crazy by doing it. And if that's how I feel, then I'm going to feel that. And I'm going to trust what I feel and what I see and what I believe. And anybody else that feels different, that's okay. You believe what you want to believe. Feel how you want to feel. It kills me to know that there are a lot of people out there that have egos, a lot of hardcore egos. On one hand, you got the Christianity people or Judeo-Christian, whatever, and they were brought up a certain way. This is how it is, blah, 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 the whole 9 yards. Nothing can touch anything that was taught to them. And then on the other side, you got your Wiccans, you got your pagans, you got your Druids, and they were taught about the goddesses and stuff like that, you know. But this is the 21st century. It's totally different now. And we really need to open up our eyes to understand what's going on. Kevin says, I think all of us here pretty much have very similar beliefs. I totally believe you, Kevin. I like that. And we probably do. But there are some people out there probably listening to the show that just don't have that belief, buddy. Joni says knowledge is power, and everyone should keep learning and questioning. Yes, Joni, I agree. Cindy says no one should be mad as we're exploring our views, not pushing them onto others. Thank you, Cindy. I'm going to put that up. Read that again. Okay. I like that, Cindy. That was pretty good. Cindy Simpson says no one should be mad as we're exploring our views, not pushing them onto others. I really like that. And I like what Joni said here. Ooh, we'll lose it. Joni says knowledge is power, and everyone should keep learning and questioning. Got to. And Kevin, too. I think all of us here pretty much have the very similar beliefs. That's true. And that's what I like about, doing a podcast. That's why I like having my own podcast on UPRN Talk Radio. Okay? Because we can talk about it. We can explore views. We can explore my views. We can explore Joni's, Kevin's, Cindy's, Heidi's, Kara's, Vet Girls. We could, be exploring their views about it. What I like about my podcast, okay, and your podcast, but I'll say our podcast. Okay, I like that better. Okay, is that we're not here to judge. We don't judge people on what they believe in. We don't. Not at all. So if someone wants to say something, then please say it. We can talk about it. And that's it. Because when we talk about it, we won't have to hold it in. Or, we don't have to go running to, the Pope. Or we could go to the Pope and say, oh, that's Sean Kelly on Into the Night. He's saying some blasphemy things. I'm sure someone will do that tonight. Or down the road. If they do, they do. And that's the same way with some of the people who are wicked. They're probably going to go to, to the head witch and start saying that damn Sean Kelly, what he was saying, that goddesses and angels could be the same. But you know what? That's okay too. I have nothing to hide, ladies and gentlemen. I have nothing to hide. Now, okay, so we are coming down to the nature and independence match. Okay. The goddess Artemis is the Greek goddess of the hunt and wilderness. And they compared the Archangel Uriel. Now, Uriel, if you know about Uriel, he's my archangel, but he has a flaming bow and arrow, man. And Uriel, he kicks some ass. He does. You saved my ass many times. The comparison, both are deeply connected to the natural world, untamed landscapes, and independence. Artemis is wild, fiercely protective of nature, and fiercely independent. I know a lot of people, I know a lot of women like that. And I'm not making, I know a lot of women like that. You would compare them if you identify with the free spirit, the outdoors, and animal protection. And I know every woman in this room that could probably be Artemis. And I know a lot of people that are probably not watching the show, especially the women, are Artemis. So I like this comparison so far. Okay. And there's a couple more places that I want to read. Um, but at the next break, we can go on to something else. Does anybody out there have anything to say? Anything, that they want to comment about? You're allowed to say whatever you want to in here. You can talk about whatever you want. And then in the long run, and from my point of view, that the goddesses were created by the deity who I will call God, made them just like he made people from Adam's rib. I mean, what we read tonight, it just seems like they are one and the same. And you know what? If the pagan people, the Druids, the Wiccans, if they feel comfortable talking about gods and goddesses, awesome. And the people who are not into the Wiccan, pagan, or the Druids, who are into, we could say mystical, spiritual, that way, okay? God bless them. But if we can all come into the middle and be as one, do you know how strong we would be? Do you know how much knowledge we would have? And the coolest thing about it all, that we would not have egos about it. We might have a couple, little spats in between there and there, but we talk about it. What a force that would be. There goes my light again, flickering. I don't know. I just find the whole thing very, very interesting. And you know what? Before you know it, we can go to, yeah, we'll definitely go to another break. Okay, and then we come back, and then I'll go to something else, and then we'll get into that reading of the people that bought. And by the way, I'd like to know, if you want to share it with me, how that meditation went last time. Joni says there would be great love. Yes, there would be. Kara says, I think my daughter was in 5th grade. My mom took her to Barnes & Noble, told her to pick out any book she wanted and mom would buy for her. Out of all the books, she chose a Greek mythology book. There you go, proud mommy moment, which is great. I think Greek mythology is a good subject to learn. I like listening to the stories. I can't read. I have to get CDs because I can't read. I have ADD. So that's what I like about AI. on the phone because there's nothing used to read. It's just little thingies. And Cindy says, yes, exactly. No division, just merge together. Yes, let's merge together, write down everything, talk about everything that we know about, and maybe we can come up with our own conclusions. But when we come up with our own conclusions, we do not need to force it down other people's throats. We just accept what you believe. And it comes down to that saying that I had a long time ago. I will respect what you believe, but just please respect what I believe. And everybody will be happy. And on that note right there, we're going to go to another break. And when I come back, we'll finish up. Where can I play today? We'll play this one.
Hi, and welcome everyone to Ethereal Encounters Unveiled. Today we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's start this conversation. Let's start this conversation. We got no relation. I have come before you losing my control.
Hey everybody, welcome back into my show Into the Night with me, your host Sean Kelly. So as we've been talking about our goddesses, angels, that's okay, Heidi. You stay out as long as you want. And don't forget, everybody, today is Heidi Gold's birthday, and she's 29 years old today. So everybody wish Heidi. Thank you, Kevin. And let's all wish Heidi a happy birthday. Okay, 29 years old. Oh my gosh, are you getting older, girl? But no, welcome back, everybody. We were talking about our goddesses actually angels, and as angels actually goddesses. And so far from the conclusion of doing this show, so far, my opinion, I would have to say yes, but in two different religions or two different. I know I'm sweet and silly. I am, but I'm not made out of sugar because when I go out in the rain, I don't melt. So, but that's for another day. But you know what? Do I believe that goddesses and angels are the same? I believe so, but with two different types of religion. Kara says, "Can I adopt you as a dad?" If you want, that's okay. Cindy says, "Wow, Kara sounds like my daughter." But yeah, I believe that. And the more I have dwelled into this show tonight, I believe that the goddesses were real and not by Greek mythology. I mean, this can go back, like Heidi said, you could go into a massive rabbit hole about this, and you're talking about stories with Athena, Artemis, Aphrodite, you know, stories that were spoken a long, long, long time ago. And, oh, I found the name. Okay, so some believe that the Anunnaki came down from the heavens. And the Anunnaki had wings. But who are they sent by? Now, it is said that the Anunnaki would sit down with the kings and tell the kings what to write down. And there's so much more about them, but I'm not really very well rehearsed in them. I'm not. So I really can't tell you about them. But these are the little spigots, the things that I pick up when I read something. Yes, Kara, I think everybody is. Everybody's intrigued. Now, did the Anunnaki come down and talk to the dudes who were Greek and say, these are real? The goddesses and gods are real. Did people actually see these happen? The different things. And there's your rabbit hole, but I'm not going to go down there. I'll just trust what I believe in. But you know what, everybody? So, um, I just Google goddesses' names. So I'm going to name some and what they mean. They span countless pantheons, each embodying unique domains like wisdom, war, and nature. From Greek and Roman icons to Norse, Egyptian, and Hindu deities. These titles carry deep historical and symbolic powers. Archangel Michael, Raphael, Uriel, Michael, same thing. These titles can carry deep historical and symbolic power, and they do. And they do. It says here, and then, you can explore the divine feminine across ancient mythologies with these powerful examples. Athena, Minerva, goddess of wisdom, strategy, and crafts. Artemis, Diana, goddess of the hunt, wilderness, and the moon. Aphrodite, Venus, goddess of love, beauty, and desire. Now, was Cupid an angel? Possibility. Hera, Juno, the protectress of marriage, family, and women. And Persephone, Proserpina, queen of the underworld and goddess of spring. And there's another goddess that I'd like to talk about is Morgana Le Fay. She was the goddess of the underworld. But she healed. She healed people. And I do believe she healed, who was that brave knight back in those days? But everybody, mocks Morgana, that she's bad, she's terrible. But you know what? She isn't. To me, she's a healer. And she deals with all the leprechauns and the fairies and those little people out in the woods. That's their goddess. So, many a time I battled. And it was crazy. I'll tell you right now, and I'm not ashamed to say it. When I would go into battle, Morgana would be there and Lakota would be there with me as I fought. And then when it was all over, Bridget is the one that calmed me down. And that's true. That's a true story. I never mentioned that before until right now. And then with Morgana, her bird is the raven. And when my dear friend told me that I am a son of Odin, that's very possible. But Morgana is, her birds are the ravens. And at one point in time, before I even knew about Odin, okay, before I knew about him, I really thought all the crows or ravens that followed me were part of her. And that's okay. Maybe they are. Some of them aren't, and some of them are Odin. And if that's true, okay, if that is true, then you know what? I think I'm a pretty lucky guy. Besides having all my people here in the chat room tonight, which make me really lucky. So the Norse and Egyptian goddesses. The Norse, Freya, Norse goddess of love, beauty, fertility, war, and magic. Holy crap, that's a lot for Freya. So would you put, I guess, Freya and Aphrodite? But these are Norse and Egyptians. Frigg, Frigg, the Norse goddess of marriage, motherhood, and prophecy. I never heard of these people. I heard of Freya. Okay. Now, Isis, the Egyptian goddess of magic, motherhood, and healing. Now, see, here's where you know that I get kind of confused about that, about Isis and Hecate. They're basically the same thing. Hecate's motherhood and healing. Maybe Isis has a little bit more on her before the magic. But I have a question for everybody out there, especially people who follow Egyptian goddesses Norse goddesses. What made you choose, we'll just say Freya, and what made you choose Isis? And who made, how did you find out you had these goddesses with you? Were they through meditation? Were they through, um, different types of, oh, I keep forgetting, my mind's wandering off here. Different things that they did that you, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. But what connected you to Freya, Frigg, Isis, Hecate? I know a lot of my friends who are Wiccans, they look at Hecate as like the best one going, or the ones that help them. My question to you is, you were so focused on Hecate, did you happen to see if there are any other goddesses out there that could probably do the same thing or even better? And my lights are going off and on again. And that's okay. Now, in the Hindu and other world deities, think about that. Do you think everybody just goes to Hecate because everybody else does? Or do you think they just pick Hecate because, you know, that's who people talk about, like I said? But maybe, let's see, Hathor, the Egyptian sky goddess, strongly associated with joy, music, and motherhood. It's really fun. It's really crazy if you keep looking at this, right? If you look at the hey Joe Fox, if you look at this, okay, a lot of these Egyptian Norse, the Norse and some of the Egyptian goddesses that we got going on here, a lot of it has to do with motherhood, which I think is so cool. So definitely cool. You know, Hindu and other world deities. Okay, so some of these names, where is some of my Hindu buddies? Lakshmi, Lakshmi. Sherry, good to see you. Welcome. Oh wow, kind of late. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you made it. Okay. I'm glad you got home safe. I'll just kick your shoes off, sit back, get something to eat, and just enjoy and listen to the show. Lakshmi is a Hindu goddess of wealth, fortune, and prosperity. Cindy says, I don't choose any. Explore all at times, call to connect with them. Okay. Kali, Kali, Hindu goddess of time, doomsday, and empowerment. I think my dear friend Doomsday J. Ross, it's kind of like got to hook up with Kaylee here. I'll tell him that on Friday. Pele, the Hawaiian goddess of volcanoes, fires, and lightnings. Enemea, Yorba, oh God, Orisha, West African, who is the mother of all goddesses of the ocean. God only knows how many goddesses are there for the ocean. But there's so many other goddesses out there from different, places. Norse, Greek, Hindu, Hawaiian, West African. It's amazing. Now, if I had time, and maybe I might just do that, not tonight, but down the road, I will compare, Kaylee with the angels. And what compares to Callie and what Angel compares, and I guarantee it'll be the same thing, you know, and everything's cool. Digital, oh no, they're goddesses. Those gods are demons. Nah. Well, if that's what you believe in, okay. All right, Christ is King. Okay. I'm glad you came in, and thank you for saying that. Just as long as you respect what I believe in and what other people believe in, we will respect what you believe in. Okay? And that's the way this room works. This is the way the show works. You are entitled to say whatever you want to say, but we will never disagree on what you believe in and what you say. So if you're saying those gods are demons, and then, if that's what you think, that's okay. But I don't know. It's 9:26. We're getting close to end. Let me see what else I looked up that I looked up before we go into the other side. Let me see. Okay. So what angel would be close to Morgana with Faye? Okay. I have to put it up, you know. If they are not from the Lord, we can have our opinions, but the Lord's words are ultimate truth. If that's what you believe in, digital, okay. It's okay. I look at it like this, digital. When I die, I'm going to go up there to the pearly gates. Okay. And they're going to look at the book. Oh, please, thank you. I do need a lot of them. When I go up to the pearly gates, there's a big book up there. It has my name in it. And every good deed that I have done in my life, there's a check mark right beside my name. And I know I have a lot of check marks up there in that book. And with all the check marks that I have, I know I'm going to walk through the gate. And maybe get some white ones, white angel wings. I don't know. But I know my time will come, and it's going to come. And whatever happens, happens. It's the way I look at it. I can't dwell on it. But thank you for the prayers, Digital. Truly appreciate it because I need them. But in both traditional lore and pop culture, Morgana Le Fay is most closely associated with Azrael, the angel of death, or Samuel, the fallen angel and tempter of death. These connections emphasize her historic role as a Celtic psychopomp healer and ruler of the afterlife realm of Avalon. Emerging from ancient Welsh mythology, where she shares roots with Mother Goddess Modron, she acts as a guide to the otherworld and an agent of passing, placing her close to the domain of death angels. Authors and occultists examining her origins often liken her power to the fallen angels or lesser deities who balance historic wisdom, healing, and destructive magic. Digital says, "Sir, salvation is given by what you've done. Don't be angry, arrogant, sir. Salvation is to be worked out with fear and trembling." And I have no fear at all, brother. I have no fear at all. And I'm not going to travel and tremble. No, 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 no. I'm not arrogant. No, no. I'm good. I'm good. Me and the big guy upstairs have our own first name basis anyway. And I'm not being rude or mean or nasty when I say that, but we are. Okay. And then I will tell you, Digital, okay, here's the deal. I've been sober for 36 years. And for those 36 years, there was one person that I really helped me go through my 36 years of sobriety, and that was God. That was the Lord. So trust me, I'm okay. So Morgana was, so um, Azrael, Beth. I don't know. I mean Morgana Le Fay. I mean that the goddess her. She really fascinated me. She seemed to be very, very interesting. And if anybody out there can, hook me up, that can hook me up with somebody who knows a lot about mythology and the difference between and the goddesses and gods, please send me a message. Okay, so I can get this. You know what I mean? So I can get a hold of the people and actually sit down and have them on our show if they would be more than happy to, because there's so much I want to learn, about mythology. But in the long run, okay, what the show is about are goddesses actually angels, or angels actually goddesses, or are they both? My dad knows a lot, but he never goes on camera. Oh, it's okay. Ah, thank you, Cindy. Thank you, hon. But I don't know. I think it was a good show. I think it was a good discussion. I think it was a good topic tonight. I really do. It was great. And I'm glad, I'm really happy that people came in and joined in the chat. I'm grateful for Digital for sharing his experience, strength, and hope. Oh, Hobbit. Oh my gosh. See who else came in? Sherry. I'm just glad everybody, it was a good show. And again, I thank Mr. 777, I think that's his. I don't know. Ooh, where's he at? Digital 777. I appreciate that. And I appreciate him coming in. And I appreciate Digital for talking and speaking up and just sharing what he believes in. I respect him for doing that. And that's great. And your dad's a hobbit? Oh, that'd be another story to cackle. Now are hobbits real? Could they be? Are they part of the little people that live out in the forest? Don't know. And we don't have to put your dad on camera, buddy. He can always come on and we can block him. You don't have to be. That'd be pretty cool. But like I said before, tonight was a very good. Laugh my ass off. Not really. He's like a recluse. Okay. Not a problem, buddy. Not a problem. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for enjoying the show. And the final saying, the final thing that I want to say is I do believe that angels and goddesses, you'd never get my dad to shut up. um, that goddesses and angels are the same, but in different beliefs with people. And at the end, if the Christians and the Wiccans can come together as one and talk about it, and instead of fight about it, then everybody wins. Everybody wins. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it is 9:35. I'm going to do a quick break, and then I got the cards. I got the animals down, and I'm going to do a reading with the animals that you all pick. Okay, so I'll see you in about, well, maybe in about a minute. Thank you, Kara. Okay, where are we at? Media. Cool. All right. Don't forget it. I'm not going to be long. So hang in there.
Hi, and welcome everyone to Ethereal Encounters Unveiled. Today we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the last half hour of the show. I am happy that everybody here is having a great time. And Heidi, I'm going to say it one more time because you only have one ear. I want to wish Heidi Gold, right there in the chat room, my dearest friend, welcome back. Thank you, Heidi. It's her birthday today. So people who just came in, please wish Heidi a happy 29th birthday. Okay? And I hope all the angels and all the little people and all the fairies, they throw a little birthday party for her later on tonight. That would be like really cool. Better get your camera ready, Heidi, because it might just happen. Yep. But so this is the last part of the show. Okay, and as you all know, I do a reading with animal cards. Okay. But last week I had 5 people choose their own animals. Okay. And I did a reading with those. Okay. And today we just did it. Cindy's always ready. Now, these are all the animals that was picking tonight. Was the mountain lion by Kevin, the hawk by Kara, the raccoon by Heidi. What was that one? The ravens by Cindy, and the coyote, I forget. I didn't write the name down. But, so here it goes. The mountain lion, Kevin. Okay. It looks like you're, when I see that mountain lion, my friend, I'm looking at that mountain lion and it's thinking like, okay, I'm on the prowl again, right? There's a lot of unfinished business going on right now, and you really don't want to confront the person or whatever you are wanting to confront, So you're sneaking around and you're just going through the trees. Ravens. Okay. Thank you, Kev. Okay. Raven was Vecro. Now, with the mountain lion, you're trying to avoid conflict. I see this the mountain lion avoiding the conflict and just going through, walking around in the mountains, checking out the different people who are, like being pain in the asses. And there's some reason I feel when I see this mountain lion that people are afraid to challenge or approach or these people who are screwing with them. So the mountain lion's on the prowl. But you know what happens with the mountain lion? With the mountain lion, they get pissed, and then you know what? All hell breaks loose. And so what's really cool with the hawk coming in second on the card reading, the hawk is out there flying around, and the hawk is the messenger. And what the hawk is doing is listening to what everybody is saying to you, and it's coming back. It's coming back to you. The hawk is giving you the message on what the people are saying that you are like lurking or, spying with. Okay. And so you have to really look at this hawk and listen to what the hawk says, because the hawk isn't going to tell you what the hawk wants to say. He's telling you, oh, Cindy was a coyote. Okay. And so with this hawk, the hawk is giving you back messages of the people that you are wanting to confront. Okay. And then all of a sudden, you got the hawk telling you what to do. And then for some reason, the raccoon, right? The raccoon, he's coming into play. And Heidi said she saw four raccoons. And that means they're on a mission for you too, Kevin. I don't know why this is for you, buddy, but it's all stemming toward you. But with the four raccoons, I mean, they got their own little private army going around. And you know how they are. They are bandits, and they are really, really sneaky. So you have the hawk coming from the air, and you got the raccoons coming from the ground. Okay, and it's like you got everybody and their mother looking out at the people who are that you want to confront. Okay, and and as you're going through the mountain with the mountain lion, I'm thinking, okay, all right, so I'm looking. And it's not that you're afraid not to pounce on them right away. It's just that you want to sit back and get the messages from the hawk and the raccoons, man. Four is about foundations. I just thought about that. Ah, cool. So that's why so far, Kevin, this reading's for you. All right, my friend, this reading's for you. And then you come in with the ravens, and again, the ravens are out and they're scoping shit out for you. I mean, you got everybody in the world looking at you, trying to protect you. And with the ravens, all right, they make a lot of noise. So whenever you hear the ravens calling and shit like that, making their loud noises and stuff like that, you know something is not right. Okay. And what's happening is they are warning you, Kev. Okay, they are warning you, my friend, that that these people who you want to confront um, are making a move on you, and the ravens are just making a ton of noise, dude. They're making a lot of noise for you to be ready. Cindy says, Kevin, those raccoons love night crawlers for a snack. Here you go. But so you have everybody and their mother. You got a hawk, you got a raven, you got a raccoon um, looking out for you, my friend. They're all looking, and these people are on the move. Now, here was with the coyote, okay, and the coyote is the trickster, okay. So you have to be wary about these people who you want to confront, okay. So, because they're tricksters, they'll tell you one thing and do something different. I don't. To me, buddy, it seems like they just want to piss you off, and I don't know why. Hopefully this reading makes sense to you. I don't know, but so to redo the reading real quick, you got Kevin's mountain lion, okay, and he's just in the mountains checking out certain couple people, and the hawk's up in the air, listening to what these people are telling you. And with the raccoons, they're on the ground, my friend, and they're getting close because these people don't believe that raccoons can hear. They don't believe that raccoons could actually listen to them and come back with you for the message. And then you got the ravens who are making a shitload of noise, okay, warning you that they are on their way, okay, my friend. Then you got the coyote, and the coyote's the trickster. And these people are very good at tricking people, okay. Don't let your guard down. Whenever they go at you, then you just let the mountain lion come out, take care of business. Now, to top that off, these 5 cards, what I'm going to do, Brian, Kevin, is I'm going to pick one card off the top, okay? And it's the bat. The bat to finish off the reading, okay? And with the bat, when I see the bat, is that you're moving around in the dark, okay? You're moving around in this dark, but you know how a bat like flies and it goes um, and the noise bounces off the walls. Well, that's how you're getting around at night, is with the bat. In conclusion for your reading, Kevin, honest to God, everything will be all right. There are some people who are trying to stick you, trying to make hell for you, but you know what? Just ignore them. Just go on and do your own merry way. There is nothing to worry about, man. Don't let them live run free in your head. And that's what I see in this reading. And also remember, too, Kevin, my friend, okay, everything will be okay. Remember that. Everything will be okay. And I hope you enjoyed that reading. And since I still have a little bit more time left, we're going to do one more meditation for everybody. And I've done this many times on here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do the one where you go to, the meadow and sit on the rock. Okay? So everybody close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Hold it in and close your eyes. Just breathe and close your eyes. Now you're going to see a little pin light. Go walk toward the pin light. And as you're walking toward the pin light, the light is the light is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the closer you get, it should be total light. Now what I want you to do is step through the light, and you're going to come to a meadow. And you're going to see a big rock in the middle of the meadow. What I want you to do is walk over to the rock and sit down on the rock and enjoy the sun, enjoy the fresh air. And look at all the animals frolicking in the meadows. You see some deer, you see some bear, and you see a lot of birds flying in the air. And you just have that peace that is with you right now. Okay? Well, just sit there and just look at all the beauty in that meadow. So you're sitting in the meadow, and all of a sudden, a bird is going to come down and stand right in front of you. Any bird, whatever bird comes to you, could be an eagle, it could be a hawk, it could be a raven, it could be whatever bird there is. And what I'd like you to do is I would like you to get on the back of the bird and let the bird take you where you need to be. You have to trust the bird, just like you trust the horse back last week. You have to trust the bird. And what the bird's going to do is take you to places and things that you need to look at. So just take a deep breath and let the bird fly. Open your eyes and just look at the moon, at the stars, look at the sun, look at the clouds. And remember, seriously, you need to trust the bird. Where that bird takes you might not be a good place. It might take you to a bad place. But the bird knows what you need to see. Feel the air going through your hair, the sun shining down on your body as this bird takes you. Okay, so the bird's going to come around and the bird is going to drop you off at the rock. When the bird lands, I want you to get off the back of the bird and I want you to thank the bird for making you fly to what you needed to see. And when I come back from 3, and on 1, open your eyes. 3, 2, 1. People, open your eyes. Take a deep breath, and just relax. Just relax for a little bit. Hey, Carla, good to see you, hon. Thank you for popping in. I'm sorry I didn't get to say hello right away. Donna, good to see you. We're in the middle of a meditation. And, imagine a bird. As soon as you should. A blue jay, that is cool. Blue jays, they talk a lot. They scream, they yell. I don't know who's louder, a blue jay or a raven. Who's louder? Well, I know the blue jay's a pain in the ass because it like steals other birds' food, which isn't good. Which isn't good. But on this meditation tonight, just I wanted to do something to relax people before they go to bed tonight. Heidi says that she loved that. I was standing in the sunset on the side yard. He must have seen me. Kara says crows are loud. They are part of the crow family too. Oh, I did not know that. Yeah, but they're thieves, man. They're bullies. It's from what I read. It's from what other people told me. I prefer cardinals and ravens. Oh, you're welcome, Cindy. I'm glad everybody enjoyed that. Um, maybe it worked for you. Maybe it didn't work for you. I don't know. But I hope you at least got 5 minutes of peace when you did the meditation. You're welcome, Sherry. You know, you're welcome, Vet. And you know what? You can do this meditation anytime you want. Before you know, Kara says, I saw a bird the other day that looked to be pure blue all over. Could have been bluebird. Heidi says, I love cardinals. It's my mom's sign. About a pure blue all over. I don't know. You're welcome, Heidi. Happy birthday again, hon. It's not midnight yet, so. But Kara said that she saw a bird the other day that looked to be pure blue all over. Does anybody know of a pure blue bird? Anybody? The only pure blue bird that I know of, Kara, is a blue jay. Oh, where are you going and getting ready? I forget you're 2 hours behind me. Go have a wonderful birthday dinner. Enjoy yourself. Again, many more birthdays to come for you. And I am so grateful for you, Heidi. Very, very, very grateful. Okay, everybody. It is it's close to the time where we end the show. Okay. I hope everybody got a little bit of something out of the show tonight. Children, if you can, please go to your parents. Go to your parents, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And children and parents, please go to your children, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And if you have no parents, and if you have no children, find somebody, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, I love you, go a long way. And please remember, protect the children. On that note, good night, everybody, and I will see you Tuesday night. Sleep well.